Welcome back to my little studio. For those who are new, my name is Alexandria, though most of you know me here as Rena Risby. Grab your tea and get cozy because I have a lot to share with you tonight, and I'm so glad you're here. This little room behind me has been my artist studio for a very long time. I've been here since 2019, and this is the studio that gave me the freedom to create, to paint, to share my stories with you, and it's truly where everything started. And I do have something a little bittersweet to share. This is actually my last video in the studio. I'm fortunately moving into a larger, cozier space, which I'm very excited about. I only have a few more weeks left in here, so I'm just making the most of every single moment and just taking it all in. And I thought tonight I would do a little painting. I've been really enjoying these small portrait studies lately and just playing around with darker skin tones. Tonight I'm painting Nina Simone from a photograph I really like. Not only am I a huge fan of her music, but something about this image just felt like stoic and beautiful. And I just wanted to have fun and play with lavender, purpley pink highlights to give this kind of luminosity. Yeah, and I had a lot of fun. And an accumulation of all these little portrait studies led me to a lot of thinking this past year. Somewhere in the middle of attempting larger works, my creative direction started to change, because when you paint bigger, I feel that a larger painting demands message and it demands a lot of intention. I really spent a lot of time just absorbing things, reading a lot about African American history and the history of representation in Western art, Black artists who were working inside or alongside the Western tradition and doing something really amazing. And I definitely started to understand my own work a little differently. And the more I read, the more I realized that what I had been feeling in my own work had a whole history behind it. A whole lineage of artists navigating the exact same thing. And what really fascinated me was going deep into the Western academic tradition, the atelier system, the Grand Salon, the Royal Academies, and just sitting with the reality of who was and who wasn't included, because Black people weren't entirely absent from those paintings, but they were there, but usually in a very specific way. Of course, I think about Sargent, who painted Thomas McKellar. Those studies are genuinely beautiful, but they were never exhibited, never credited. I think of the pre-Raphaelite model, Fanny Eaton, and I really started seeking out references, taking my own references, and just really feeling that connection with the images. Images that gave me that warm, nostalgic feeling, that deep connection to my childhood, my family, my community, the kind of everyday domestic life that I grew up around and that I know in my bones. Nature and gardening, kids running around with barrettes in their hair and double dutch in the street, the mundane, ordinary, beautiful moments of Black life that are so full of joy and that deserve to be painted with the same care and craft that the masters gave to their subjects. Me too, revisiting some of my favorite films like Eve's Bayou, Daughters of the Dust, To Sleep with Anger. If you know these films, say so in the comments, because they are so painterly and so intentional about how they hold Black domestic life on screen. And those movies kind of have this exact feeling I want to live inside my paintings. I've also been really inspired lately by two illustrators, Jerry Pinkney and E.B. Lewis. If you don't know them, please go look them up after this. Both Black illustrators who spent their careers making children's books, and the work is just breathtaking. They have this warm, folkloric quality to what they do, almost like Beatrix Potter, but it's rooted deeply in Black life and Black storytelling. And lastly, this painting here is from a composition I came across that I just fell in love with. It has exactly that feeling I've been talking about, that closeness, that intimacy, and I've had a lot of fun just painting it and putting it in this lovely little frame. And before I say goodbye, you guys, there are so many more paintings like this over on my Patreon, demos, sketches, and also receive some really lovely monthly goodies. I promise I will be back in a couple of weeks with something new. Until then, keep your tea warm, keep your hands busy, and happy painting, you guys. Bye.